Hey guys, welcome back to another Morphogen product breakdown. So it's been a little bit, but we have a brand new product which I'm really excited about. So I remember several months ago, Ben and I were actually talking about this product, and there are some pretty cool features in that I've not really seen in any other hydration electrolyte type product in the industry. And a lot of the products kind of in this category are kind of thrown together with a little sodium, a little potassium, maybe some chloride or something, and they're kind of just in arbitrary amounts. They're not really proper forms of the minerals and electrolytes. They're maybe not very good ratios. This is a really interesting product because it kind of covers all those bases and then quite a bit more. It does contain your typical electrolytes, so potassium, sodium, but there's also chloride, phosphorus, bicarbonate, calcium, and a lot of trace mineral content. So I'll kind of talk about a little bit of what you're going to find in here. So this uses about a 2-to-1 ratio of sodium potassium for the purposes that is probably going to be used: training, endurance, activity, things like that. That's going to be a pretty good ratio for the majority of people, for glucose uptake, for muscle function, for CNS function. So the actual ratios of the electrolytes in here are thought out. They're not just throwing in a bunch of sodium, a bunch of potassium. Like, look, we have a lot of these things. These are actually pretty thought out ratios within the product. So we'll talk about some of what they're derived from. This does use a couple different, or should say several different sources. So it uses Aquamin, which is a trademarked ingredient, definitely using a lot of trademarked ingredients. This is going to be an actual extract, or I should say a patented mineral complex that contains quite a few different trace minerals. So I believe something along the lines of like 70 plus trace minerals, but this is also going to source us a little bit of magnesium in the product. We also have pink salt in here, so we're going to get chloride and sodium from that. And that'll also have like a little bit of extra mineral content. Pink salt generally does. And then we have potassium derived from coconut water. So actually part of the sodium is also derived from coconut water. So there is a coconut water blend in here. So that's going to be another source of the electrolytes. So you have pink salt, we'll have coconut water, we'll also have the Aquamin. So those are kind of be your primary sources of the actual electrolytes within the products, or within the product. Now there's some other hydrating and performance kind of based ingredients. So we do have Hydraprime, which is going to be a really high yield glycerol complex. Okay, that's another trademarked ingredient. So if you guys are familiar with glycerol, you're going to see a lot of different forms. Generally, your better forms are going to require lower dosing, so obviously a lot more practical for your scoop size or what have you. Which, by the way, the scoop's about 10 grams in this, 9.9 grams, and you do get 30 servings. So that is going to keep, obviously, scoop size to a little more reasonable level. Taurine, also 1,000 milligrams of taurine. So that will serve as a little bit of a hydration product, but it's also performance and kind of almost an adaptogenic product in this case to help with that stress response from your nervous system during activity. So that is a good addition here. Estrogen for absorption. So a lot of you are familiar with that if you've seen any of the other Morphogen products where estrogen is used, another trademarked ingredient. And then there's actually some bicarbonate in here too. So the potassium in here is potassium bicarbonate. So bicarbonate in this sense actually does serve as kind of an electrolyte as well. So again, we're getting calcium, magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, and bicarbonate. So we're not just covering sodium, potassium, a little bit of chloride sprinkled in, and maybe some magnesium. And a lot of the products that have magnesium are using like oxide and really poor forms of it. So again, really good forms of all the ingredients, really nice blend, some extra additional additives that are going to support antioxidant capacity, CNS response, stress response to activity, and the ratios of the electrolytes are going to be such that they're going to serve a large population for the purposes that we're using it. Flavor is really good. So I actually had my first scoop today, tried it for the first time. So this is the Moon Rock flavor, which is grape rock candy. I would say that it's pretty sweet, little tart, but it mixes really well in, pretty much whatever. So I actually had mixed it in my kind of morning setup, which was Hydragen now, and Nephrogin, Orthogen, and glutamine. Pretty excited about this product. I think there's going to be a lot of utility with this. Check it out. Has a lot to offer, a lot of great forms, a lot of great ratios, and you can find it on the site. You can find a breakdown of all the ingredients on the site under the ingredients section, as well as FAQs. So a lot of the time, if you have questions, they're probably already answered in the FAQ section on the site. So check that out. And we'll talk to you guys next time.